Camera Joe.
And I'm Greg.
And he's in front of the camera today. Welcome to New Orleans, Louisiana. The Big Easy, NOLA, Nolans, whatever you call it. Everybody knows this is party town.
Sure is.
Most of us think of Nolans as a place for adults to come because there's the casinos, the pubs, the fine dining, and of course, shopping.
Uh-oh, there's that word.
But it's also a great place for kids. The kids are going to love the street entertainers, the zoo, the aquarium, and the Mardi Gras Museum. So come on along with us. Let's have some fun. Let's check out the history of this beautiful city. Let the good times roll. Come on. Yeah, we're also coming across the Ironman competition here. Purely serendipitously. And here comes somebody else. And off she goes. And more. Quite competition here.
A little bit of the history of New Orleans.
We're here on Rampart Street in front of the Carmelite Monastery. It's a little off the trails. Carmelites are a group of cloistered nuns that began in Belgium. Right across the street from the Carmelite Monastery, some examples of the fine southern architecture and the uniquely New Orleans architecture. Another interesting building. And another style of architecture, Victorian. We're here in front of Armstrong Park, named for Louis Armstrong. It's on Rampart Street, just a little bit off the trails. And inside is the Mahalia Jackson Performing Arts Center. Right in front of us is Satchmo himself. It's a cool and blustery day here in New Orleans, rare for this time of year. The park is quiet, peaceful. And very pretty. Mahalia Jackson Theater for the Performing Arts. We're here in Congo Square, which is well known as a gathering place for the enslaved Africans on Sunday afternoons, where they would get together, socialize, dance. And we're riding the streetcar on Canal Street, heading for Mardi Gras World. Streetcars are part of the culture of New Orleans here, and it's a great way to get around. We're here across from the convention center, and this is a monument honoring all the people during Hurricane Katrina and everything that happened. Well, here we are. We've arrived at Mardi Gras World. It's at the far, far end of the convention center. going to go in and check it out. Everybody knows New Orleans has the Mardi Gras, but what happens over here when the Mardi Gras is done and you have a place to put all the masks and the costumes? Well, it's Mardi Gras World. There's some of the floats in storage. I like this one. Amazing. The walls are full of photographs, all having to do with the Mardi Gras World. And we've got more decorations.
Oh, is it shoes?
Kids can get all dressed up in some of the costumes. They're having a great time.
Well, let me acquaint you with what we do. Of course, we do floats for the Mardi Gras parades, and as well as other things. Now, all of these figures you see around here are called props. They're the things that go on the floats, that go on the parades. And now the parades, that tend to be where things get confusing for people who aren't from here. I guess you're not all from here, right? Okay. Now there's about 53 parades that start 11 days prior to Mardi Gras. And about 25 of them happen in New Orleans, and the rest are in the parishes and the cities that surround us. As most of you probably know, we have parishes instead of counties here, thanks to the days of French and Spanish colonization. And how that works is that every parade is sponsored by an organization called a crew. A crew is a private club. It's like belonging to a country club that goes on parade instead of going to play golf. There's in New Orleans, there's no advertising on the floats, there's no corporate sponsorship, there's no government underwriting. The city provides public safety and public sanitation, and that's really it. This is where props are built and prepared and repaired and made ready to go on the floats. Now, the props are mostly made out of styrofoam or fake fiberglass. And
With a machine gun.
and what we're getting, a lot of those props you see just immediately there are going to go on the Crew of Hermes parade, which is a new crew that we're dealing with. They're using a lot of Egyptian gods. And so which is what they use when they're going to change a costume and a hairstyle. And that woman in pink there with the flower, that's the Norse god Freya. See, we get the name of the day Friday from her, and that's her cat. Those cats were sacred to her. The guy who designed goddess of fertility,
The Duke.
And anyway, or pronounce it, yeah. Now this is this float belongs to Bacchus. That's where the king would be. Bacchus, the king every year is a guy called Bacchus. It was Bacchus the 49th or 50th. What did it say there? It says 39th there, though they've been around for 40 years. That was Val Kilmer, and last year it was Hulk Hogan, so it's always a different celebrity. And Neptune up there spewing forth seawater, and he's been a genie, and he's been a king and a sultan, and he's been all sorts of characters, that guy. And this shut with a magic bent nail, and the door opened, ouch, and people get on this way. Now all the floats are going to have, what is it? Oh, they're going to have ropes that go around, that go onto the safety belts, that go around the riders' waists. And then they have hooks for hanging beads, and they have porta potties, in case you were wondering. And
Well, this concludes our visit to Blaine Kern's Mardi Gras World. We sure enjoyed it. It's getting a little bit off the trail. Hope you enjoyed it too.